Mazuma TV, what's going on, y'all? Shout out to Mazuma Nation. Shout out to the Mazuma Mob. We in the building as always, man. I hope everybody's having a blessed, beautiful, positive, productive day. Don't mind the sun, man. It's top of the morning over here in Philly. On my way to go get it as always. I hope y'all doing the same. On the road to 1K, we almost there, baby. Let's keep pushing. Let's keep pushing, Nation. Let's go, Mob. We almost there. We about to smash that goal. I'm officially a YouTube partner, but to get to that next level, we got to crack that 1K. So let's get to it, man. This is Mazuma merch right here, man. I know y'all see me done wear this hat a million times. I'm just trying to push my product, man. Go to the website. Go to MazumaMerch.com. Grab you a shirt. Grab you a hoodie for the fall, man. Get you a hat. Get you a coffee mug if that's what you like, man. I got all of that available on my website, man. Go check it out. It's dope merch. 100% made by your boy. You know what I'm saying? What I want to talk about today is Andy Ruiz. You know what I'm saying? I haven't really spoke on him too much on my channel. You know what I'm saying? Since I've been active on YouTube, I haven't really said too much about him. You know what I'm saying? And that's because he's really been inactive for the most part. I believe the last time he had fought was against Luis Ortiz, from what I understand. You know what I'm saying? Unless there was a fight that happened under the radar that I wasn't aware of, but regardless, he's been extremely inactive. Had a subpar performance against Luis Ortiz. In all honesty, I really think it had more to do with Luis Ortiz just being on the decline. You know what I'm saying? Not being the King Kong that we saw coming up. You know what I'm saying? And then before that, he had like a little subpar performance against Chris Arreola as well. Chris Arreola looked like he turned the clock back a little bit. Was giving Andy Ruiz smoke. You know what I'm saying? But besides that, he's been on the news for everything except a fight date. You know what I mean? Whether it's allegations from his ex-wife, you know what I'm saying? And most recently, pricing himself out of fights. You know what I'm saying? Him and Wilder had gotten into it not too long ago, a few months back, when Wilder was clearly stating, being transparent, saying that he wanted that Andy Ruiz fight, and they was looking to negotiate, but these guys were putting a little bit too much of a price on that price tag. You know what I'm saying? And Wilder was saying how like the father was making negotiations tough, and they was asking for all this money that didn't seem realistic. And to me, I believed it. You know what I'm saying? I think ever since the Anthony Joshua victory, it seems like Andy Ruiz has this huge he has this huge assumption of what he believes he's worth. You know what I'm saying? He feels like since he's the first Mexican heavyweight champion of the world, that he's entitled to this, entitled to that. He believes he's a draw because Mexico bags him and all that stuff. And it really don't work like that, because in all honesty, I think it's going to take more than a victory against Anthony Joshua to become the superstar that you believe you are in your head. You know what I mean? And besides that, y'all guys rematched within months and you got blown out on the scorecard. You got outboxed by the same man that you had knocked out just months prior. You let the fame get to you. You lost your hunger that fast off of one fight, and you just took a tumble down the hill. You know what I'm saying? You just made a horrible mistake and you paid the price for it early. You know what I'm saying? So you showed a lack of discipline on your part. But ever since then, it's like you still trying to live in that moment. It's almost like that dude who was popular in high school, and then he's in college now, but he's still trying to go to high school to still get that feel as if he's the man. You know what I'm saying? Like that 20-year-old dude that's in college, but he still goes to his high school outlet trying to get love from the young boys. You know what I'm saying? Like weirdo shit. Seems like that's the type of mind frame that Andy Ruiz is in. But I seen a article on Boxing Scene. Shout out to Boxing Scene, man. And it was Big Bang Zhang's advisor, and they were talking about the idea of a potential fight between Zhang and Andy Ruiz, which is a great fight. You know what I'm saying? They said, nah, the advisor didn't seem too optimistic about it, because he says that Andy Ruiz overprices himself. So not only is Deontay Wilder saying this, but now Zhang's advisor is saying the same exact thing. He's echoing the same sentiments. So when it's coming from more than one person, where there's smoke, there's fire. You know what I mean? So I'm starting to believe, even though I believed it off the rip, now I'm starting to get confident in this belief that Andy Ruiz overestimates his worth in the boxing ring. You know what I'm saying? According to reports, they said Deontay Wilder offered Andy Ruiz $4 million. You know what I mean? And in all honesty, I think that's a good price tag for him. You know what I mean? Andy Ruiz has besides beating Anthony Joshua, he hasn't really done anything. And don't get it wrong, I believe at his peak, Andy Ruiz is a top heavyweight. You know what I'm saying? I think he's a top 10 heavyweight in boxing right now when he's at his peak. You know what I mean? I think he could beat a lot of guys. Yeah, that's true. But that does not translate into revenue. You know what I'm saying? Like, you did a pay-per-view against Luis Ortiz, and that shit flopped terribly. So where are you getting this sense of high worth financially in boxing? You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder is a bigger star than you. He's more known than you. And those Fury fights alone, he's generated way higher numbers than you have. So obviously he's the A side. You know what I'm saying? But for some reason, man, he keeps pricing himself out of fights. I don't know if it's him. I don't know if it's his father. But what it's starting to become similar to is Keith Thurman. You know what I'm saying? I think Andy Ruiz got that Keith Thurman syndrome. That's what I honestly believe. I think that these dudes, they be talking like they like that. You know what I mean? Andy Ruiz calling out Deontay Wilder, calling out Anthony Joshua for a trilogy. I see him talking shit to Tyson Fury, talking about, oh, let's fight, man, let's fight. And then when people come up to him, be like, all right, man, like, so what we doing? We at the negotiating table. Then you just put out a crazy-ass figure that they obviously not going to give you. So y'all never even get past square one. You know what I mean? And it sounds familiar to Keith Thurman. Keith Thurman was the type dude that said, oh, if you could beat me, beat me. I've never turned down a fight. Man, the reality is Keith Thurman turning down a lot of fights out here. You know what I'm saying? He said, I've never been presented with a contract. You fucking idiot. It starts with an offer, and once you accept the offer, then y'all put it in writing. Once y'all put it in writing, then you and your team, y'all look over it, y'all make sure everything is correct, make sure y'all not getting fucked out of no money, make sure everything is exactly what y'all agreed to at the table, then you sign. You know what I'm saying? So Keith Thurman's to a point where he can't even accept the offer, so the contract never gets presented. And it seems like that's exactly what's going on with Andy Ruiz, man. So he's been sitting on the shelf a long time. It seems like he's not in no rush to fight unless he gets the money that he wants. And that's sad because that does nothing but hold back boxing and the current division that he's in. Heavyweight boxing is kind of quiet right now. You know what I'm saying? I know that Fury and Usyk is official. We'll hear more about it once Fury disposes of Ngannou. You know what I mean? That's even if he beats Ngannou. You know what I'm saying? Because you never fucking know. But it'll start heating up around the time that Usyk and Fury get a fight date or whatever. But for the most part, man, Deontay Wilder's been inactive because he's been having trouble getting fights, getting people to agree. Andy Ruiz is pricing himself out. Anthony Joshua keeps looking away from the Deontay Wilder fight. He just wants to get as many fights possible until he fights Deontay Wilder. I don't know why. It's like every time that the Deontay Wilder fight is close, he wants to try to get another fight, then another fight. Because his new excuse is, oh, I'm with Derek James now. I'm trying to learn his style. So what I want to do is I want to get as many fights as possible so I can really get into the style. But prior to Derek James, you was doing the same shit. You was not looking in that man's direction. But I think what they're trying to do is they're trying to age Deontay Wilder out. And once they get a sense that Deontay Wilder is not the same, then they'll fight him. Because there's an age gap between him and Anthony Joshua. You know what I'm saying? Deontay Wilder, I believe, is in his late 30s. And I believe Joshua's in his early to mid 30s. You know what I mean? So there's an age difference between the two. And I think that's what they're trying to take advantage of. I think they're trying to age him out. You know what I mean? But back to Andy Ruiz, man, it's unfortunate that he's holding back his career like that and really burning bridges with guys he could potentially fight because he definitely has a chance of beating Deontay Wilder, in my opinion. I think Deontay Wilder knocks him out. But Andy Ruiz, if he's able to avoid that right hand and keep his defense sharp, stay elusive with the upper body movement, and put the hand speed together and really accumulate some punishment on Deontay Wilder, he may have a chance. You know what I'm saying? Like I said, I don't have him as the favorite, but imagine if he beats Deontay Wilder. That's going to fucking shake up the heavyweight division, man. That's going to look good on his resume. And then he may be able to get somewhat the money that he's looking for. If he gets into a super fight trilogy with Anthony Joshua, which I doubt Eddie Hearn to do, but maybe they could come with a bigger bag if he beats Deontay Wilder. You know what I'm saying? He may get a shot against Usyk. He may get a shot against Tyson Fury after they fight each other, whoever's the winner or the loser of that fight. Like, he's really fucking himself out of a lot of great opportunities. And it's sad to see, but when you are delusional, when you're going to the negotiating table, when you have this sense of entitlement when you're at the negotiating table, when you have a certain level of arrogance thinking that you're bigger than what you are, these things happen, man. I think Andy Ruiz has that Keith Thurman syndrome, unfortunately, and I hope this isn't like a fucking pandemic that happens in boxing where everybody starts to feel this sense of entitlement and feeling like they're worth more than what they are and just stalling their careers out in the sport, man, because that doesn't do nothing but hurt the sport and the fans. You know what I'm saying? That stresses the fans out, and that's a big reason why a lot of these guys, hardcore boxing fans, stepped away from boxing and started fucking with other sports like fucking MMA and the UFC specifically, because we're not getting what we want. And then when we do get it, is when it's not the same. It doesn't have the same feeling around it anymore. Luckily, we got Spencer Crawford at a good time. You know what I'm saying? Luckily, we got Wilder and Fury at a good time, but there was a lot of fights that fell through due to this thing that these fighters got going on with stalling or over marinating fights. But that's a totally different subject, man. Let me know what y'all think about Andy Ruiz pricing himself out of fights with Zhang and Deontay Wilder. Is he holding his career back? Should they come back with a bigger bag, man? Do you believe he's the star that he is because he did something historical for Mexico? Let me know what y'all think in the comments below, man. I think that boy Andy Ruiz got Keith Thurman syndrome. You know what I'm saying? That's what I think. If y'all disagree, let me know in the comments below, man. Hit the like, hit the subscribe button, man. Hit the bell notification so you know when I'm going live or when I'm posting videos. I'll be back with I'll be back on the live later on, man. I'll talk to y'all later, man. Peace.